Afternoon, Matt. Well, I'm not in favour of it. I think it's been a terrible decision, and it sort of reeks of where we've been before in the Labour Party. People trying to prevent pluralistic views coming forward and members being allowed to have a democratic say in who they want to be their representative. And it's because there's very deep-seated factionalism inside the Labour Party, and people will do anything to hold on to power, even if it's not in the interests of the Labour Party or the government of the day.
In saying this, Neil, aren't you part of the problem? Aren't you part of a faction because you want Andy Burnham to be in there, and I guess by inference, maybe you don't want Keir Starmer to be there?
What we want is a range of views to be put before members so they've got a choice. This actually isn't about Andy Burnham per se. It's about having a range of views that members can choose from. If you only have one set of views and you only get one sort of politician, what we want is a range of views so people have got a real genuine choice about the sort of Labour Party that they want to see.
Don't people want to vote for a party that's united? We know historically united parties are the ones that win general elections.
United parties are the ones usually that win general elections, and you have to unite around principles and policies. And I think that that's what we need to be doing more of. We need less factionalism and less trying to keep people off the ballot paper and actually trying to get more people involved and to show that we really represent a very wide range of views. It's always been argued that the Labour Party is a broad church, and it was Wilson who said the Labour Party, like a bird, flies because it's got a left and a right wing. That's the important point that we've lost. We need that plurality of views. We need a range of views expressed, and at the moment we're not getting those.
You say it's one that we have lost. Do you really mean it's one the government has lost? Is that what you're saying? You think the government itself, Keir Starmer and his ministers, are too narrow in their outlook?
Absolutely. I mean, they don't talk to backbenchers enough. I've made this argument publicly before. We need to be talking to the backbenchers more before we announce decisions and not afterwards. I think we would have done away with a number of U-turns if they'd spoken to people like me before announcing things and then having to backtrack later. So I think we need to be more engaging, more pluralistic, more democratic, and that's what we're losing. And today's decision shows that.
So it sounds like there should be a bit more give and take between the wings of the Labour Party. If they talk to you more, might they get more of their own way with things like welfare reform, for example?
I mean, if we have a proper discussion and a debate, then we can reach a compromise, can't we? If we're just told this is it and you've got to suck it up and get on with it, that's when you get division, that's when you get resentment. And what we've seen today is a blocking of a democratic process to keep a certain view off the ballot paper. That's not democracy.
But talking of democracy, he hasn't been in the job this time round for that long, a couple of years, and he stood to stand for a bit longer than that. So how democratic would it be for the people of Greater Manchester who voted him in as their mayor?
We had him on the ballot paper, we'd find out whether people wanted to vote for him or not, wouldn't we?
But that's in
a
parliamentary constituency. Well, I'm sure Labour will put up someone else they believe in.
Let me go back to my earlier point, Matt. This isn't about Andy Burnham. This isn't about individuals. I'm not interested in personalities or individuals. I'm interested in having a plurality of views available to people to choose from. And if you restrict that, then you only get one sort of party, one sort of politician. And I think our democracy needs a range of views to be healthy.
But in honesty, Neil, when you get another sort of politician leading the Labour Party, they've made it unelectable in the form of Jeremy Corbyn, sinking to the worst defeat Labour's ever suffered. So perhaps people need to realise on the Labour side that Keir Starmer won an election with a big majority.
I'm not sure you can equate Andy Burnham with Jeremy Corbyn.
No, I'm not. I'm saying you're saying a range of views, and I'm putting back to you what wins.
Actually, what wins was a choice that was put to the electorate in 2024, which was the call for change. We need to see that change, and we need to see those policies that are going to put money into people's pockets. Ordinary working people need to feel better off under Labour, and that's what we need to do more of.
Neil, just final question. I know you say it's not about individuals or personalities, not specifically about Andy Burnham, but when we do look at him, do you think there's a possibility he was too clear in his ambition? I mean, he might have said in his letter he's there to support, he's there to serve and work with Keir Starmer, but it certainly seemed like his ambition to challenge him as leader was plain for all to see.
Because he's not the only one who said that. I mean, there are others, I think, who've said that as well, and they're already inside Parliament. I mean, look, I'm not part of Andy Burnham's election campaign. I've never spoken to Andy Burnham. That's why I keep saying to you, it's not about the individual. For me, it's about the democratic process not being done properly and not giving people a choice. That's what we're missing. It seems like we've lost all reason on this.
Neil, appreciate your time. Neil Duncan-Jordan joining us
Thanks very much.
to discuss the blocking of Andy Burnham from Poole in Dorset.